Welcome to my channel, Angela Sueziel. I do Oriental-inspired art and design. I also have two adorable Shiba Inu puppies, Bambi and Marshmallow. And today we're going to be repairing the handle of this leash that Marshmallow chewed. It's a leather handle on a rope leash. And I'm going to show you how I use this $5 clearance rack belt and replace the handle. Today I'm working in my beautiful arts and crafts room that I designed from scratch. I completely gutted what was inside this room before. It used to be a room full of clutter, and I added this gorgeous oriental chinoiserie wallpaper in my favorite color, pink. And you can see in the background I have a wall for photo shoots, and I still have some elements of my childhood like my dollhouse. You can find more videos on how I redesigned my rooms, my Zen room, my art room, my laundry room on my channel. So first I measured out the appropriate length for the handle, and I just cut the belt to match the length of the handle before. I cut the old handle leather off the loop of the leash. It was kind of tricky. The leather I think was real, so it was a bit tougher to cut off. I just used regular scissors. You don't really need any special tools, but if you really want this to be a really high quality project, you can always get a leather sewing kit. I just used what I had on hand because I'm just using a $5 faux leather belt. So once I trimmed the old leather handle off the loop, I went ahead and figured out how I was going to attach the belt as a handle. I removed the belt buckle from the belt, and I also removed the stitching from the end of the belt that goes on the belt to attach it to the belt buckle. So it leaves some holes in the leather, which can work in your favor later for this project. Then I made sure to reuse the clasp from the belt as a way to clasp the handle together. And I also made sure to insert the cut end of the belt in between the looped end of the belt. So there's a finish end of your belt that you want to use to cover the cut end of your belt. Here I'm doing some research on how to sew through leather. Basically, you need to have pre-punctured holes, and then you can just use a needle and thread. Ideally, you would use a special leather needle, a special leather awl, but since this is a simple project, I just used my seam ripper to puncture more holes. I didn't have any brown thread, so I went ahead and used some yellow thread. And I'm just using regular polyester thread. And I'm just going through the holes that I already punctured with my seam ripper. I used a needle that was sturdier and thicker, but with a smaller eye so that the eye wouldn't get caught through the leather, but it would also not break while pushing it through the leather. I used the table and I had to push down the leather onto the table so that the end of the needle would hit the table, and then that would push the needle up through the leather. So my hands were pretty sore after this, but you gotta do what you gotta do. I didn't really have time to get a special leather kit. And here's the final result. You can see on the left we have the old leash and the original style, and then on the right the new replaced handle leash made from a belt. Thank you so much for watching. This is the final product. I'm so happy with how it turned out. It looks really professional and it looks just like a leash handle. It looks nothing like a belt, and actually the belt was such a good idea because of the finished edge right over here, this overlap. I actually like it better than the original handle now, which is hard to wash. And here is Marshmallow. She's gonna be wearing the pink one. And let's see if we can get Bambi over here. Bambi! Bambi lie! Bambi lie! Roy! Yeah. I haven't lifted it up since he was 2. He's not gonna be wearing, he has his own leash. Before I forget, you can easily make your own rope leash from scratch by purchasing a rope, dyeing it the color that you want, and then you would just thread it through your buckle. Add a handle, just like I showed you today, and on the other end, you would thread it through a hook. And you don't need one of these fancy hooks. You can just use a camping hook if you'd like. These leather things at the ends here, you can make from leather swatches, which you can usually get for free from furniture stores. And lastly, if you don't have one of these leash buckles already, just use the buckle that was on the belt that you purchased, and you can remove this little thingy with some pliers, or sometimes you can just snap it off. This one doesn't come off without pliers, but this is pretty much exactly the same as what's on my leash, and that's how you make a rope leash. Make sure that the belt that you purchase is faux leather because it's easier to cut, and that it's also comfortable to hold on to. This one could be a little bit more rounded on the edges, but I still think it'll be really comfortable to use. Okay, we're back with Bambi, and him and Marshmallow are twins. You can find more videos of Bambi and Marshmallow on my YouTube channel and on TikTok, Instagram. I post them all the time. Bambi's gonna be wearing the new one. Marshmallow, chewed. These leashes were pretty expensive. They were $40 each and they were brand new. So I really wanted to repair them instead of just tossing them. And they're super cute. If anyone has any recommendations on how to get these ropes clean again, let me know because I've already washed them several times. If you end up using this video to make your own leash, please let me know, tag me in your photos. I'd love to see what you come up with. Go crazy, get creative with the belt that you purchase and your leashes, and I'll try to make a video of making your own rope leash from scratch. Well, okay. And this is Lala. Oh my gosh. This is Lala. You've seen her in my other videos. She's my grandmother, and she is. 你跟他们说你做什么呢？
我给这是给斑比的小衣服。
对，用英文说一下。
I made the clothes for Bambi, and then I make another one for Marshmallow. Bye.
Bye.
你们俩人。一会儿我咬你们。一会儿若你大嘴巴搁进去了。
Like I showed, if you don't have one of these leash but 姥姥过来，
我这个我得换个衣裳。
别换了，就这样，让我们看它棉织的这个。
那我得换个过年的衣裳。
别换了。
你这又化妆又什么？我这不换个衣裳不行。